Hey, what the hell's going on, you guys? It's Triple Play Negative AE, and welcome back to another episode of Higurashi When They Cry. Last we left off, we had done a lot of exposition with Takano and Takano's family, and that she's maybe not family with the other Takano uncle thing. I don't know. There was some weird stuff that was going on where like I got it that like they had the same like family name, which was Takano, and her name is Mio. But like she also said that like she pretended to be related to him for some reason, and like I don't know. Anyway, no, I don't want to exit, but I want to continue. Probably a lot more expositional stuff this one. I don't know how interesting it's gonna get. We'll see. Oh yeah, I forgot all about Nakagawa-kun. Says that once the research gets underway, he doesn't mind buying it out. Although he sees it as incomplete research, he definitely sees the potential in it. You're absolutely right. This research is only halfway done, so I need a lot more funding, a better facility, and a better staff. So here comes the condition. They want to keep this whole research to themselves. And I hate to tell you this, but they think you shouldn't be responsible for it. Takano's ecstasy is interrupted there. This research isn't for me to make money. I am working as a researcher out of my intellectual curiosity. What I need is a sponsor. And I give that result back to my sponsor. That's what I was thinking. He realizes she's talking rather emotionally, and so she tries to calm herself down. It says assistance in research. To them, Takano seems too young to be able to come up with a result that's worth the money they will be spending. I know. You've been working at this research for a long time, and you don't want just anyone to grab it from you, right? I totally understand that. Of course, I've already told them that. So here's an idea that we came up with. We'll start a new project within the Alphabet Project, which is your research. As long as the board of directors recognizes it, you'll get funding. You'll be a guest researcher and participate in the project. If she wants the money, she has to do what they tell her to do. So far, she has no objection. The Research Society has made some demands. One is to find a talented and experienced person to lead the research. I hate to say this, but who would be more knowledgeable about this research than me, other than the late Dr. Takano, of course? Well. Please calm down, Takano-san. I totally understand what you're thinking. But that would be the same as selling my research to whoever this person is. That's absurd. Calm down, Takano-san. The men notice Takano's anger. They laugh as if to tell her how immature she is for not being able to control her emotions. However, they don't laugh to look down on Takano. On the contrary, they are trying to tell her to wait until the end. Of course, we'll make sure you get your way. Koizumi-sensei told me to take good care of you. Do you think I would ignore you after that? Don't worry. Please let things work out. I'll make sure you'll be happy. What do you mean? I get to select the leading party. Everyone laughs hard except Takano. Then she joins in. He means he'll just find the right person. The defense agency suggested finding an expert as a leader because they didn't feel comfortable with just Takano. However, Takano's sponsors the one to find the person. Takano realizes how wonderful it is to have backing. Let me work it out. I'll find some candidates for you. All you have to do is pick the one you think would be the perfect candidate. She feels better now. She won't be official leading person of research, but in reality, she will be leading it. Of course, she isn't an expert. It'll be beneficial for her to have a partner. Give me some time to talk to the other end. I'll make sure you'll be happy with the outcome. Just wait patiently. I understand. Thank you for everything. Oh, by the way, it's not just the defense agency. Nagata-kun is from the Ministry of Health and Welfare and is willing to help you too. He introduced me to Ito-kun from the National Infectious Disease Control Center. He's willing to help you with equipment and technology. Really? Thank you so much. This is a national project, isn't it? Congratulations, Takano-san. This is all because of your effort and the deceased Dr. Takano's work. No. This is all because of Takano's hard work. I haven't done anything yet. Being humble is a good virtue. Just like Koizumi-sensei told me, you truly are a nice person, aren't you? No wonder he adores you. Anyway, they want you to join the agency. Luckily you have a doctor's license, right? You'll be a medical officer of the research headquarters. Do you mean I will be a government worker? I didn't expect that. All the organizations that are involved with the Alphabet Project are public institutions. If I pause for a second, it's because I'm yawning. I apologize. The Defense Force is actually interested in this research as well, and they are offering to send some Self-Defense Force personnel too. So your position may be treated as Self-Defense Force position. Well, just think of it as the government officials fighting over territory. To be above those government officials, you need your government position. No matter what, we'll make sure you're happy, so please don't worry about a thing. I understand. I'll let you work things out. But knowing Dr. Takano's research was once rejected by the old Japanese military, it's hard to believe that the Self-Defense Force is interested in it now. Well, we don't know what to say. At the time, the Japanese military wanted something that worked immediately to remedy the situation. I don't think they looked down on Takano's research. That's not true. Takano already knows about something. Knows about the truth. Takano exhales. To her, it feels like this meeting in front of her is happening somewhere far away. She's worked so hard for this day to happen. Finally, her grandmother and his research are getting recognition. This is what she'd been dreaming about. It's so scary to think that this may be just a dream. True joy can't be felt all at once. Oftentimes, it's a delayed reaction. Takano thinks this is exactly what that means. I think you'll probably be in a commanding position. So you'll be an executive officer, probably a major. It's wonderful. Major Takano, huh? Oh boy, I'm envious. As a man, I wish I had a rank like that. Oh boy, Major Takano. What? Is everybody... it's the rank system of the Self-Defense Force. It's like a sub-manager at a company, I guess. That'll be your rank once the project gets underway. It's equivalent to a lieutenant commander in the old Japanese military. What a coincidence. Dr. Takano was a lieutenant commander in the old military. Remembers suddenly. That's right. Her grandfather was a lieutenant commander in the Japanese military. I didn't know. Everything she has done up until today was so she could succeed her grandfather's research. Now everything is set. And the rank she will get is now the same as her grandfather's. She always believed that succeeding his research was a tighter bond than blood. And now, the rank she will get is the same as her grandfather's. This is fate. Is this a message from her grandfather? It must be a shout of encouragement from her grandfather in heaven. It's proof that not only the research, but his thoughts are hers as well. Takano couldn't help but feeling a sense of fate for getting being ranked a major. Grandpa, I'm finally here. Nobody could hear her say that, but her grandfather in heaven could. She believed that. She has only come so far. There are still a lot of things to do for this research to be recognized as great work. Otherwise, her grandfather won't become a god. She can't become a god either. You must become a god. That was in grandfather's will. What the fuck? I was unable to do so. That line preceded it. That was her grandfather's dying wish. Her grandfather entrusted it with her. He entrusted his research with her. A god can't be resurrected by reviving a body. A god is made in the hearts of people who are still alive. Their grandfather will stay in her heart, and his great work will be known. All the scholars will read his articles. They'll fight for it, and they'll learn about Takano Hifumi, who started his research during the war. They will know that nobody understood him, and that he ended up devoting his lonely life to his research. Then they'll praise his great work. It's a weird standard to hold yourself up to. Become a god. Child. My dying breath. Become a god for me, please. I don't know, it just feels like a weird request. No tips, this one. Like, at all. Which is fine. Allow me to introduce you. This is Major Takano. Major, this is Irie Kyosuke-sensei. Hello. I'm Irie. Irie seems nervous. You probably thought I was the mastermind of a suspicious organization. Please relax. Call me Takano. Thank you. Thank you for having me here. I really appreciate it. Please have a seat. A simple and typical citizen. That is the description of Irie Kyosuke. He's the type that typically gets used by sly elders and then gets dumped. I don't think he is as cunning as I am. But that doesn't mean he doesn't have ambition. He also wants to leave a great work behind. Although he appears to be humble, his articles are rather liberal and aggressive. It's hard to imagine someone like him actually wrote such articles. I've read the data concerning the Hinamizawa syndrome. What did you think? So surprised about everything. It is very possible that this is something that steps into the dark side of today's medicine, but I can hardly control my intellectual excitement for knowing it is a mystery that somebody has yet to solve. I chuckle. Irie is more interested in the Hinamizawa syndrome. More than interested in Hinamizawa syndrome. That's good enough for me. I've gone through a lot until this day, so I can trust my instincts. I can get along with this guy. Even if he isn't useful, he won't cause any problems. He's the best person to fill the spot for both me and my sponsor. I'm surprised too. An experienced and talented person like you just sitting around without status or work? What a waste it was. Irie laughs. I guess he doesn't know I've already read a detailed background check on him. So I know exactly why he's been exiled from the front stage, even with his talent and experience. He was working under a neurosurgery expert and everyone expected him to be successful, but he was kicked out due to a controversy of morals. Irie claims human behavior can be explained by brain disorders. He doesn't believe evil people are born to be evil, and that they actually are patients who need to be treated. They are normal when they are born, but as they grow, their brains become diseased because of psychogenesis or exogenous reasons, and that makes them evil. Therefore, what those evil people need isn't punishment, it's treatment. If their diseases are treated, they will become good citizens again. I like that outlook. Sure. It is one of the teachings of Confucius. It assumes that humans' true nature is goodness. According to this theory, humans naturally have a willingness to help each other, yet they learn to be evil later on in life. Irie believes that is caused by brain disorders. The human brain creates human thoughts. Therefore, if one is emotionally ill, it means his brain is ill. So if the brain gets treated, he will recover emotionally too. It's called psychosurgery. It died out nowadays, but the technique was praised until around this mid-Showa era. It worked especially well on patients with severe symptoms, and the Prosper even received a Nobel Prize for it. Humans think, that's why they become ill. It's a well-known fact that people who think too much often become emotionally sick. The exact part of the brain that drives one away from social behavior. That part is called the frontal lobe. Psychosurgery is performed on this frontal lobe. The surgery doesn't require taking off the whole epicranium. epicranium. A scalpel is inserted into a small hole, or through a small hole, and a small section of the frontal lobe gets cut. It isn't really a major surgery. Its simplicity was also revolutionary. All the severely ill mental patients miraculously recovered, so the technique spread around the world quickly. Obstinacy and severe mental illness. All the severely ill patients who were struck with eternal sadness, they could all be saved by this technique. Humans have come up with many different religions and magic tricks in the past to heal emotional wounds. So needless to say, being able to treat them with a surgical technique was truly revolutionary. EDA admired psychosurgery and pushed forward in the field of surgical techniques to treat human souls. However, from an ethical point of view, it is an outrageous idea to cut off part of the brain just because a person is emotionally ill. People gradually started to think differently and said that psychosurgery was inhumane. The frontal lobe controls how people think, but it is also part of the part that makes humans act like humans. In some cases, cutting off that part of their brain, patients change dramatically. A groundless happiness, so one doesn't have to worry anymore. A change in personality, a loss of interest in everything. Major mood swings due to lack of control over one's emotions. Some even lost part of their memories. Of course, some didn't even survive the surgery. As the Showa era approached its 40th year, the use of psychosurgery declined. Also, due to the development of psychotropic medicine, the surgery was hardly performed anymore. Yet some people still believed in it, and they continued to perform the surgery while they gathered pathological data. They wanted people to recognize the technique once again. Some surgeries were performed without consent. There were thousands of people who woke up from the general anesthesia and realized that part of their brain was already cut off. Today, to perform such a surgery without a patient's consent is totally unethical, but at the same time, it was possible. Besides, the practice of getting consent from a patient had only started very recently. Therefore, people at the time didn't think it was that big of a deal. Then people started to argue that it was actually against humanity. As a result, psychosurgery was denied and discouraged. Later, the Psychic and Neurology Society confirmed the end of psychosurgery. After that, psychosurgery was banned in Japan and sealed as a forbidden subject of Japanese medicine. EDA was the leading person in the field of psychosurgery. He appealed its effectiveness and achievement. That's why he was treated as a criminal who performed inhumane surgeries and was kicked off the stage of medicine. However, just because he was kicked off doesn't mean he changed his beliefs. He still believes evil behavior is caused by brain disorders, and the secret of their treatment is in fact hidden in the brain. So the existence of the Hinamizawa syndrome, which is caused by parasites living in the human brain that can control human emotions, actually affirms his theory. It's okay with you. I would love to accept this position. Of course. How could he refuse? Despite his mild appearance, his ambition is very aggressive. He wants a chance to prove himself to the society that once kicked him out. I'm handing him that chance on a silver platter. Thank you very much. I knew you'd accept. We are very lucky to have an expert like you. You'll be a great help. B, but are you sure I can be the director? Shouldn't you be the one, Takano-san? I'm just a doctor. I never managed other people. Don't worry. I'll give you my full support. Our sponsor wanted to pick a civilian. Don't you like to be called Director EDA? Oh well, but EDA laughs to hide his embarrassment. We're building a research center in Yamizawa. It's supposed to be a clinic. If it's okay with you, I'd like to name it EDA Clinic. Oh my. It's almost overwhelming. Also, the Self-Defense Force will be responsible for you, so you will be a medical officer of the Self-Defense Force. You're my boss, so you'll be my Lieutenant Colonel. Lieutenant Colonel, EDA. What do you think? Ah, haha. I'm not a military man. I don't know about Lieutenant Colonel. I have to think about the title of director as it is. Oh my, ah, ha, ha. He's getting a chance to research parasites that live in the human brain. Plus, he will be the head of a brand new clinic. He even gets staff and self-funding. There will be backup from the Defense Agency and the Ministry of Health and Welfare, as well as the state-of-the-art facility and equipment. No wonder he's laughing excitedly. I got that. However, there are some risks too. Since he will be involved in the secret research, he has an obligation to keep secrets. He is also going to an area plagued by an unknown strange disease. There's no guarantee he won't contract the disease, but EDA is too young to even think about those things. He signs the contract, all knowing all the risks, and with the ambition to have people recognize him once again. When I see him sign the contract, I finally relax. I knew he would agree to join us, but at the same time, I was afraid of the chance that he'd refuse. The EDA was the only candidate for the position of director, so if he was to refuse, it would have been a big problem. Now that EDA has agreed to take the position, the research of the Namizawa syndrome can finally begin. The research center clinic will be completed next spring. The Ministry of Health and Welfare and the Defense Agency will send us state-of-the-art equipment and staff, and plus an abundant supply of funding. And then finally, the research will begin. Everything is going well. Of course it is. I've worked so hard until today. Things will go smoothly. Okay, that's it. Congratulations, sir, Dr. EDA. Major, the contract has been signed. Thank you. We'll be a great team, Director EDA. Thank you, Takano-san. I'm looking forward to working with you. I'll do my best. Thank you. We'll be great. Now the position of director has been filled. Everything is set. Lots of exposition. More exposition. That's great. Just great. Congratulations, Takano-san. No, Major Takano, huh? I owe you everything. Thank you very much, everyone. Oh, don't mention it. But we should save our congratulations till you finish the research, huh? You're only at the starting line, right? Exactly. I'll devote my every waking moment to this research. So is this whole chapter about Takano? It can't be. We can hardly wait to see the results of what Dr. Takano couldn't finish. Well, Sensei, let's not talk about business today. Let's have a toast to congratulate Takano-san of the EDA Institution. Hello, everyone. I'm Nagata from the Ministry of Health and Welfare. I would like to say a few things before the toast. Takano. Make sure he works hard, okay? His research center will back up the EDA institution. If you need any technical support, just call him. Make him work hard? No way. I have to thank you for your support. I'm Takano. Pleased to meet you. Takano-san, let me introduce you to these gentlemen. Meet Tomitaki-kun and Okunogi-kun from the Self-Defense Force. They are your support team from the Self-Defense Force. Let them introduce themselves. Nice to meet you. I'm Tomitaki. I'm an auditor of this project. The research funding is coming from the Self-Defense Force. So it's only natural for them to send an auditor to keep track of the research. However, an auditor is supposed to be my enemy. Why is he here? Does this mean the auditor's on my side too? Can't believe my sponsor is taking care of even this. I won't be staying in Hinamizawa. I'll only come routinely to check on the progress of the research. Got it. Well, that's too bad. Hinamizawa is a beautiful place. Come visit us anytime. Thank you. I guess I will. If he is an auditor, I should keep a good relationship with this man. This man holds the key to the amount of funding I will be getting. I'm Okunogi. Oh shit. Okunogi has a goblin-ass face. This man... I could tell Okunogi was evil from 10 miles away. How did Rika take one look at this man and not be like, this is an evil guy? Some people you just know. Some people you just look at their face and it's like, ooh, that's an evil face.
He's the commanding officer of the Mountain Hounds, one of the unconventional warfare units. He'll be living in Hinamizawa to support you, Major. Can I consider you my bodyguard? Guarding VIPs and retention of secrets are his main jobs. He will help you in any way possible, Major. Please make him work hard. Thank you. Nomitaki seems to be the honest type for a military man, but this Okanogi person is the complete opposite. His main job is to retain secrets, but I bet he is also good at things like counterintelligence and spin control. This is understandable. Since the Self-Defense Force is funding the research of the Inamizawa Syndrome, of course, this is a military operation. Therefore, this research has to be done in secret. That's why a unit like this is necessary, because it'll be good to have a hot-blooded person like him on my side. I should keep a relationship with him too. Okay, enough introductions. Come on, Tomitaki-tun, you can relax too. Let's put aside our ranks today and have a toast. This is supposed to be in celebration for the EDA institution, but EDA himself isn't here. But that is his job. Simply a puppet to fill the spot. Of course, I expect him to help me as an expert, but he's an outsider after all. This is supposed to be a gathering to show my appreciation to those who helped me establish the EDA institution, but it turned into them thanking me for all my efforts. I'm always the one to pour alcohol for others, but today people pour alcohol in my glass. The new participants try and make me happy, and all the top people talk to me casually. They all praise my hard work and my efforts. My research is now recognized by many institutions, and I'm ready to spread my wings open wide. All of the people who are expecting some returns once the research accomplishes something, they will try to curry favor with me. I don't care about their hidden agenda, this is just great for me. Let's have a toast to wish the best of luck to Takano Miyokun, and also to the new EDA institution. Arai-sensei, please lead. It's like a dream. I know. This is just the beginning. I shouldn't be satisfied with just this. But I can forget about everything else for just today and enjoy this celebration. I am not a big drinker, but the drinks taste good tonight. And the more I drink, the happier I get. This is great. To be called Major by Tomitaki and the others makes me feel good too. That's the rank my grandfather had during the war. It means I finally caught up with my grandfather. This is only the beginning. Now I intend to reach what my grandfather couldn't. This is the best night in my life. I leave to fix my makeup. I'm filled with happiness. I need to feel fresh air to calm myself down. My heart is about to explode because I'm so happy. The gathering is taking place a little distance away from the main building. The restroom is in the main building, so I need to walk across the hallway. I see a beautiful, well-maintained Japanese garden from the hallway. It's raining. I usually don't like the rain, but I don't mind it at all today. I feel like the huge raindrops are congratulating me. I even feel like the raindrops... Why did I get huge raindrops? I don't know. The cool air feels good on my hot body. I notice I'm walking unsteadily. Maybe I drank a little too much. It isn't like me to drink more than I can handle. Although this is a party and I don't want to embarrass myself, so I decide to cool off a little by looking at the beautiful Japanese garden. Find a chair and sit down. I was with my associates, so I was rather nervous. But now that I'm all alone, I can finally relax. When I look up at the sky, I realize it's still raining hard, but the distant sky is a little lighter. Maybe this rain won't stay for long. That's right. Rain stops eventually. No matter how cold it is or how hard it's raining, rain stops eventually. Then I see a pair of sandals and an umbrella. I decide to take them and walk out to the garden. The tasteless laughter coming from the party sounds far away. I tilt my umbrella and look up to the sky. I feel raindrops on my face. I keep looking at the sky while my hair gets wet. I thought the rain would cool down my boiling heart, but as my body gets cold, I start to feel miserable. My bare feet are all swollen, and the throbbing pain I feel makes them seem as if they are twice their normal size. The gravel road continues forever. I don't even know in which direction I'm headed anymore. I no longer hear my pursuer. By running through the woods like crazy, I guess I lost him. My body's all scratched up. I finally start to feel the pain from all the scratches. My body's cold and I feel hungry. There's no place to take shelter from the rain. I'm on a little path into the woods. My worst fear is ending up heading back towards the orphanage by running like crazy and losing sense of my direction. I crushed that man's finger. I don't think I bit it off, but I'm sure it'll leave a scar. Taking that into consideration, it is clear what kind of torture awaits me back at the orphanage. Therefore, I have to reach the house of love and mercy. If only it was daytime, then I could find the right direction. However, with this train, there's nothing I can do. Or this rain. Train. I'm too tired, guys. But I can't stop. I have to keep walking until I reach something. I wonder if Eriko and the others escaped safely. I don't know how many people came after us, but at least one came after me. It means they had a better chance. Did they reach the house of love and mercy? Are they drying themselves with soft towels? And if they still remember me, will they save a towel for me too? I feel so cold. I want to find a shelter and sit down, but there's nothing. It almost looks as if I could take shelter under a tree, but the branches and leaves are dripping in the rain. I realize that the sky is gradually getting darker. Will this day end in rain? There are no street lights. It'll be totally dark soon. Then I won't be able to walk anymore. I just want to sit down, even in the rain. But if I sit down, I probably won't be able to stand up again. So I endure. If I hadn't escaped with Eriko and the others, I wouldn't have to go through this misery. But compared to what I had to go through at the orphanage, this is nothing. That is the only way to make myself move. But I think, is it true that this freezing cold rain is far better than life at the orphanage? Wait, it is true. I said, is it true? It is true. But that's only compared to life at the orphanage. Is it better than the normal lives of normal kids my age? I don't even need to think. When my parents were alive, although we weren't rich, we led a normal life. Gentle smiles and forgivable selfishness. The sound of my mother cooking breakfast in the morning and the sound of a newspaper being folded. They're such precious memories. I didn't need anything else. I had plenty of friends. I had fun at school. I didn't like the class taught by the teacher because I didn't like the teacher, but I liked studying. I had everything I needed. That was enough for me. I never complained. I never did anything bad. Why is this happening to me? Everything went downhill after that train accident. The die of fate kept rolling a 1, and I never showed a good side to me. It was my fault. Then I could have accepted it. Or if the accident was my fault, then I could have accepted it, but it wasn't. I wasn't even there. A little bit of backstory. I waited for my parents at home. I like going to the mall with them. We always had a meal at the restaurant at the mall. I always told them to let me know if they were going to the mall. But on that day, they went without me while I went to my friend's house to play. My friend wasn't in, so I went back home. I didn't see anyone at home and found a note saying they were going to the mall. I regretted going to my friend's house. I waited at home. They didn't come home. They were still gone by dinner time. I was getting hungry and got angry with my parents for leaving me. I thought they were having dinner at the mall, mall restaurant without me. If I hadn't gone to my friend's house, I would be eating at dinner at the restaurant too. I loved the flags that came with the kids' plates. I was collecting those flags. Yes, I was. I was trying to collect 20 of them, thinking once I collected 20, something wonderful would happen. But I couldn't collect 20 of them. I only needed one more. If I had one more, maybe the accident wouldn't have happened. A very sad memory of a flag from a kid's plate. I kept waiting for my parents to come home from the mall. I was hungry, so I started to eat some dried fish. If I ate too much, Mother would find out, so I was careful not to eat too much. Then the phone rang. I assumed it was from my parents. I answered the phone in an angry manner. But it wasn't my parents. What happened to the house? The house was rented, so maybe somebody else already moved in. What happened to my room? What about the desk and all the flags that were right in the right middle drawer? If it isn't my house anymore, where am I supposed to go? Even if it is still my house, my parents won't be there to welcome or protect me. Just because I didn't have my parents to protect me, the whole world turned so cruel. How could anyone take me away from the house I was used to living in just because my parents were gone? Why didn't they just leave me alone? They asked me many things. They tried to confirm many things. But how could I understand any of those forms? I was asked a yes or no question. I had no choice but to answer yes. And before I knew it, I ended up here. It was too merciless. I didn't do anything wrong. I was just a little girl. I had to sign many papers, but why this? A warm and gentle world ended suddenly without advance notice. I was thrown into this cruel and merciless world alone. Is this the real world? Do I have any allies in this world? Because my parents died and I didn't have any relatives, the world became so sad. When is the die going to come up with a 6 instead of 1 to make up for the continuous series of 1s? Tears are pouring down my cheeks. I taste salty tears, and that makes me feel sad and irritated. I can only cry. But no matter how hard I cry or pity myself, the cold rain probably won't warm my body or save me. I don't even know where I am or in which direction I should go. Eriko showed me the map to the House of Love and Mercy when we were planning the escape. But we only learned the shortest route. I am completely lost. But strangely, after I finish crying, I feel a groundless strength in myself. I only learned that tears wash away particles in my eyes. But there is a different purpose, too. Tears won't wash away what's in my heart. I clench my fists and force my feet to move. I head in the direction I believe is the correct direction on the gravel road. The rain is still pouring, and it's getting darker and darker. I roar to the sky in the rain. My sadness is turning into anger. Damn it, God. Why? What have I done to deserve this? What did I do? I didn't do anything. I was just living a normal life, that's all. So why this? My dad told me that there are good things and bad things in life, but neither lasts for long. That means that this misery won't last for long either, right? I won't be all alone in this miserable place for long, right? Right? As I look up, I feel raindrops hit my face. There is no God. I know that in my head. But such disbelief won't save me. If I believed he is there, I should be saved. No, I need him to be there. Is he going to answer me? I hear thunder. Then I realize. He is there. He is there and he's listening to me. In his eyes, everyone is supposed to be equal. And he is listening to me. I've gone through enough. More than enough. If I was too happy before, then I could take this misery. But I wasn't. I was living a normal life. If you asked me I was happy then, or if you asked me if I was happy then, sure I was. But this is what I get in return? That's not fair at all. I hear thunder again. He's listening. I continue. If this fate of mine was your mistake, then let me be free. Please end my misery and make me happy. But if this is in fact my fate and I'm supposed to live this way until the end, then I don't want it. Kill me. Kill me now with lightning. Just finish me off now. Come on. Kill me mercilessly now. I hear thunder again. This time it's loud enough to make me shiver. Normally I would just hide in the house and wait until the thunder went away, but I'm not afraid. Come on. Kill me. Tanashi! Her name is Tanashi. Tanashi Miyoko. Just like you did my parents, take my life too. The heavens reply to my provocation. He aims at me, but I keep insulting him violently. That is my wish. I open my arms. He is God, so he won't miss me. However, I guess God makes mistakes sometimes. That's because although he is supposed to be fair, he has been unfair with me. Come on, kill me. Take me to heaven. But if you were to miss me, then change my life for heaven's sake. Flash from heaven. I thought I smelled something burning just before it happened. I am knocked down onto my back because of the strong force. It was a strange experience. It is something that just happened, but it feels like it happened many years ago. I don't know how long I was down. I smelled something odd. A bad smell makes me up. When I look, a huge tree behind me split open. Its leaves are smoldering. Yo! I tweeted a picture on Twitter. Well, I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen it by now, but it's the freaking tree that got lightning struck open. If you haven't seen that, it's on my Twitter. You should look at it. It's cool as fuck. It looks so cool. Its leaves are smoldering. I look up and see the sparks in the darkness. I can't understand what just happened. I just stand there. The thunderbolt struck. It didn't strike me, it struck the tree behind me. I didn't get to die. He's telling me to keep walking in the woods in this cold rain. But I won the bet with God. I bet my life. I bet my life with the lightning and thunder. It could have killed me instantly. But he missed. So he has to change my life. I look at the sky, laughing and bragging that I'm still alive. I hear thunder again. It's acknowledging its loss. Come on, God. Save me. I won the bet, so save me from this misery. I stand there, waiting for God to do something while the rain pours down on me. But he doesn't answer anymore. I don't hear the thunder again. Again, I feel tears pour down my cheeks. What was I thinking? If there was a God in heaven, he wouldn't let anything like this happen to me. My miserable life is proof of God's non-existence. The darkness is about to swallow me mercilessly. Will I have to sleep here? I think God wants me to die slowly in the cold rain instead of granting me an instant death by lightning. I wish the sun would go away. I wish the sun would never rise. I wish that, as the woods is getting completely dark, my existence would be hidden in the darkness. I wish I could just disappear. Has it been an eternity? Or is it a matter of seconds? Alright, since the music stopped there, and it's 43 minutes, and I'm tired, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. Lots of exposition, lots of backstory. It seems like we're deep diving into Takano, which makes me think what I said something very briefly at the beginning, but I'll reinforce it now. Where it's a very big possibility that they could convert Takano and convert everybody so nobody has to die. Because the way that it was kind of wrapping up in the last one, it was like, you know, Takano's the enemy. Like, she's always going to be the enemy. Now that we know that she killed us, we can, you know, escape and she'll die. But, like, now I'm thinking that, like, they're going to pull, like, a we're all people thing where Takano gets saved, you know, Tomitaki's saved, They have to save everybody, otherwise Rika will reset. So instead of just saving her friends, she saves everybody, which is interesting. I don't know if that's the case or not, or what's going on, but interesting stuff. Anyway, I'm gonna end it here. So I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, guys. Hit the like button if you liked it. Subscribe, do all that stuff if you want to help me out. We'll play more of this soon. I always get home from work with full intentions to play this, and then I fall asleep. So, hopefully within the next couple of days, we'll upload this again. I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and have a good night, guys.